2026 meeting of the SAFER Board of Directors to order. If you'd please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Okay, roll call.
Cronin,
Here.
Colden,
Here.
Langenhahn,
Here.
Maloney is absent and excused. Opel.
Here. All right, correspondence, comments from the public on issues and matters. We don't have anybody in attendance. Anybody online want to comment? All right, hearing no comments. Consent items. Approval of the prior meeting minutes of February 10th, 2026.
I'll make a motion to approve meeting minutes from February 10th, 2026.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of expenditures and receipts from February of 2026.
I'll make a motion to approve the expenditures and receipts, February 2026.
I will second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. Any comments? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Presentation, the 2025 audit.
So our audit is complete. I believe Jessica is going to kind of give you guys a basic rundown, and I can interject, but obviously she is better at that than I am. And it was also included in your packets.
I guess the main page we probably want to look at, I'd say, is the revenue and expenditures.
Just a quick one,
Yes.
question, so on page 2 in there, members of the board, I don't know if it matters too much, but it matters, my name is spelled incorrectly.
We do not prefer the financial statements.
Okay. Just curious, does it matter?
Yes, page
It should.
Okay.
What page are you on here?
Looking right here. Or, not page 2, page 25.
Oh,
Page 25.
that makes more sense.
Yeah,
Page
we ever
2,
get-
page 2 of the audit, but page 25 of the report.
Yeah, because in case we get into any heavy-duty litigation and stuff, you want to be able
Right,
to,
right.
they want to be identified, right?
Just, yeah.
You could send someone else.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, that's it, I'll shut up now.
You don't have to.
I guess we'll look at page 35. And from that, you can see that revenues exceed the expenditures by $25,000 for the general fund and the capital project fund. It decreased by $47,902. That was planned, so with the fund balance we had in capital, we did not contribute any to the capital fund this year, and we decided to use the fund balance. Go back to 34. The fund balance in the capital equipment fund is $395,000, 1.2, and then the general fund is $1.3 million. Let's go back. On the back on page 61, will see the budget to actual, which that compares how we did during the year compared to where we thought we'd be doing. And so on the top where you see the fire dues, we have never budgeted separate the fire dues. We have for 2026, but in the previous year we could just combine them in the full budget in the intergovernmental charges. So are the town of Red Mountain and Village of Weston up under intergovernmental revenues. So you can see where there's a decrease of the 50,237, matches the fire dues. And again, the negative budget impact of 71,000, that goes to the fire dues. So you can see where that is recorded.
Similar to Aaron's Coming, Village of Red Mountain. So, I don't know. I don't know.
There are a few things. Obviously, I think they just change numbers from year to year when they do these. I'm sure they keep their template. There were a couple things that I had sent them to that were off, but obviously
We've been incorporated since 2030, so.
I missed a couple. Where does it say? Does it say town on what
Yeah,
page?
Yeah,
it's down
under
right on the
revenues.
revenues.
But then,
Oh, but above it says village.
I was
And then
gonna
it says
say,
village.
yeah,
Now, we'll have to go after the town for that then. Whatever's left of it.
Are there any questions with the budget to actual?
You should be able to fix that by searching. No, I can search.
Yeah.
On page 61 and 62 and 63, both funds, both the capital and general are there. So, I don't, not a lot of you will compare, but when we hand out the budget status reports, we give preliminary numbers. And if you're to look at November 30th, 2025, and then you would look at the financial statements, you'd probably kind of freak out because the actual of 1.494 million for public service charges ambulance is a lot different. We do accrue, so every year at year end, we look to see what amounts are actually due SAFER, so we do our best guesstimate and we adjust the actual, the receivable. So the other side of that does go to the ambulance charges for services, the $1.4 million number. Last year, at the end of the year, we had a very large increase because with the change in our building company, they weren't coming in. So when EMSMC took over from LifeQuest, we weren't getting the revenues in, and we got a ton of revenues in 2025. But the majority of those revenues actually went back to 2024. So when you looked at this ambulance number of 1.4, that where we ended up, it was probably closer to 1.6. If you were to actually look at the financial statements before the adjustment, or the budget status reports before the adjustment. We'll go back to the balance sheet. The balance sheet is on page 34. So we can look through that. It has the total cash that SAFER has, so it's $1.6 million, includes the capital and general fund. The accounts and other receivables, the $421,000, that is net of allowance for receivables. So our total receivable for ambulance was over $1 million, but because we don't get what we bill, the allowance knocks it down to $421,000 only. Eventually, is it 7 years? The receivables will drop off because we can no longer collect after 7 years. But if, say, 6 years goes by and then this account starts paying, then it starts over for the 7 years. So sometimes the receivables we have on our books are more than 7 years, but that's because they've paid during that time. So. Other than that, the $97,000 of unearned revenue on your balance sheet, that is our FAP grant that we received in December, but it's revenue that's related to 2026, so that's recorded like that, so it's not, you're not going to see it on the revenues and expenditures. It's stuck in this account until 2026, where then we moved it to the revenues. The non-spendable in your fund balance, that's the prepaid. You can see that matches, and then the assigned, that is your donated funds, and then the FAP funds. So, unassigned fund balance is 1.286.
What does that represent percentage of the total?
I have no budgeted expenditure. But, we could just do it on 2025 expenditures. 1, 2, 8, 6, 7, 8, 0, 5, 34.4%. Galen was asking what is the total unassigned compared to your expenditures. Usually the policy is to get it 2 to 3 months worth of expenditures into your unassigned fund balance in case something happens. The district would be able to pay bills for a couple months. And it's at 34.4% right now.
Our policy says 25 to 33%, so we're just over.
Okay.
Any other numbers that people want to talk about that are in the financial statements?
Just for curiosity's sake, what was the law and ordinance violation for $600?
Is that revenue?
I don't know.
Where are you looking at?
I'm looking on page 61. It is revenue.
It's
I'm sorry.
separated out right
So that is more than likely fire fees, fire inspection fees. So if we go on multiple fire inspections and people don't correct them, we start to charge them.
Okay.
Or if we go on multiple fire alarms and they don't fix it, after like the 5th alarm, we start charging them within a 30-day period.
Thank you.
Questions?
I don't have any.
All right, it's just a presentation, so there's no action on it, I imagine.
Correct.
All right, business items, discussion and possible action on resolution to approve contributions to the Wisconsin Deferred Compensation Program.
So there's a copy of this in your packet also. This is a 457B program, basically. Currently, we participate in the nationwide program. There has been some discussion within the department to move to the WDC, the Wisconsin Deferred Compensation Program. That's through the Employee Trust Fund. Obviously, that is where our WRS is held already. And they have some better rates, and they're able to get us a little better returns. And the big thing is their cost to can't think of the word I'm trying to. Their cost to monitor the plan basically is significantly less than what nationwide charges. So it's better for our employees to move to this plan. For us to do that, there has to be a resolution approved by the board. That resolution is what is in front of you. It's standard language directly from the ETF. And then we put that on file with them. I spoke with them. They were very difficult to get through to. Galen gave me some contact information that helped. Otherwise, they were quite difficult to get in touch with.
They lost their local rep, so the local rep was actually, he was in Corona Winter, so he was fantastic to work with, so they don't have that position filled. So, yeah, we started with a guy in Fond du Lac and then got shuffled over to Green Bay. So I think it's a temporary situation.
Yeah, I finally got in touch with somebody named Colleen, and she was very helpful.
Bree is the girl we met with the other day.
Yeah, she transferred me to somebody else.
Oh,
and
okay.
Once we get this approved, we then need to get all of our information from Nationwide to tell them how much money we'd be bringing over, and we need to confirm with all of our employees that are currently in the Nationwide program that they do indeed want to move. But we have had several that have come to us already with interest in moving.
So it's lower fees and lower expense ratios on the investments.
Correct.
Target date funds are in there. Pretty standard. Okay.
Yep. And it's a program that has obviously been around for a very long time.
Sure. Yeah.
I know.
And our Nationwide program hasn't been bad.
Yeah, it's been good.
I don't want to say anything bad about them because they haven't been bad, but it's just that this is a little better. Their fees are higher than what the ETS fees are.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
The other thing this does is if we're in the WDC, then we can use the Empower app. And the Empower app not only shows this, but it also shows our WRS.
Correct.
Where it can't show our WRS by itself. you have to be in the WDC to see the WRS. So a lot of employees like that potential feature.
It links the account automatically. It's really nice.
Okay, what's your pleasure, gentlemen?
I make a motion that we, that's what we're at, a motion that we approve the move to Wisconsin Deferred Compensation Program.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion or questions? All right, hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item number 8, discussion and possible action on sale of EMS equipment.
Okay, so this is for one item, and this is a little bit outside of the way we normally do it, so I wanted to bring it in front of the board. I had a request to purchase one of our ambulance cots. Actually, it was either to have it donated or sell it for a small price by a ski hill, not Granite Peak. I think it's called Afton Alps. It's in the western part of the state. Apparently, it sounds like, I don't know much about them. It sounds like they're a very small place. It doesn't have a lot of money to work with. And their current cot broke and is unrepairable. So they're just looking for something very inexpensive. I told them a donation was probably not going to happen. We do have an old cot. It's from 2006, so it's 20 years old. The life expectancy of those cots are usually about 8 to 10 years. This one has been out of service for quite a while. We just have kind of kept it around here. It's had mannequins and stuff laying on it. It is not a powered cot. It is a manual cot. So I don't even know if they make those anymore, to be honest. If they do, I haven't seen one in a very long time. So my question was if the board would be open to selling it and how much we'd sell it for. I did do a little bit of checking around. I asked our Stryker rep what they would buy it for, and he said they wouldn't buy it. He said if we wanted to trade it towards a new cot, it was probably $500 to $1,000. He said maybe $1,000, something in that realm. But he said it's not something because of its age they would even buy. They would more than likely take it on trade towards a new cot, and then they would just destroy it. I did look on like eBay and stuff like that, and there's some refurbished ones. I found one on Facebook Marketplace. I actually took a screenshot of it. That's refurbished for $1,000. So I didn't know what the thought of that. And I don't know how old these other ones are. They didn't have any serial numbers or anything, so I don't know how old they are. But ours is old.
Is it workable?
It does work.
Is it
Yep.
serviceable? It's not like...
Well, they won't be able to get it serviced. Stryker won't
Well,
touch it anymore at that age.
usable. I mean,
It is
it's
usable, yes.
usable.
Yes, it is usable.
And it's not like you throw somebody on it and it's going to fall down and
No.
break, and you're going to break their neck and we're going to get sued because we sold them a crummy piece of equipment. Right?
No,
Okay.
no. Like I said, I think it's usually sitting in that corner actually with a mannequin on it.
It's all in the garage. It's all in the bay right
And
now.
yeah, it got moved out to the bay now.
When you sell, can you just say we release any liabilities or some sort of thing if you do sell it?
I could ask Shane on something like that. Yeah.
I don't know. Just
Yeah.
to Aaron's point.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
you,
That would be
fire beware.
Yep. That's where I would be at. And-
I can ask Shane. I'm sure he can type up something real quick that just says.
How
that
long has it
release.
been out of service on our end of it?
It's before SAFER started, so it's been pre-2014. It was an old Rib Mountain
Okay.
piece of equipment.
So is there a compelling reason to ask for anything more than $500 for it?
I don't think so, no. 500 was the number I had in
That's
mind.
kind of what I was thinking.
All right.
I wouldn't want to do a donation, but you're getting it to them cheap. and-
Yeah, I think 500 is fair. And when they said, I didn't ask them when they said a donation or a cheap price. I didn't ask them what cheap to them meant. But I think 500 is very reasonable.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to sell the cot for a price of $500.
I'll second it.
Okay, the question I have as a follow-up here, do we want to say 500 or if they're balk at 500, are we willing to accept less?
I mean, you just looked at it on Facebook and you can't find it. I mean,
Yeah, like I said, I only found one. And I think it's newer than the one we have, but it's $1,000.
yeah.
Does it does the one that we have any value to us at this point?
No.
No.
I mean, does it get used for training or?
No, so we have 3 old cots right now. This is the only one that's manual. So my plan is that until this came up, I was going to put them on auction on the public surplus website like we normally do. And to be honest, it would probably bring $50. Because it's manual, nobody uses them anymore. I mean, maybe somebody give a little bit more than that, but it isn't going to sell for much.
500 or best offer, can we amend it?
But,
negotiable down from there if they're not willing. I mean, if they're not willing to give you 500, say they say, oh, 250.
Make an offer.
Yeah, 250. All right, we can take 250.
I'm fine with that if the board's
Are
fine.
you willing to amend your motion?
I'll amend my motion to $500 or best offer.
Okay. All right,
I'll
it's
second
been moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
I would still say, just for, I mean, the liability.
I can ask Shane for something. I'm sure he can
Just
throw
in
something together
case.
real quick.
Yeah.
Yep. Or I can type something up and send it to him to look at.
Right.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 9, end of month budget review.
All right, copy of that in your packet also. Still pretty early in the year, but everything seems to be trending about normal at this point. I don't have any concerns. We got a little blip in high fuel prices here, but I think that'll come down. Other than that, everything has come in about where I've budgeted so far for those annual things.
All right.
I don't have any concerns.
Looking good? All right, is there any attorney referral that we're interested in? For anything? No? Pardon? Oh. Say, I do have a question for you. I'm getting something from People's State Bank.
Yes.
That I have to sign something.
Yep.
I don't trust anything on the internet, so is this a real thing?
He asked me the same question. Yes, you can sign it. You and I'll send Mark a text. He needs to sign it also.
Okay.
He
So-
took care of it. He said he
Oh,
took
he
care of
did?
it. Yeah.
So that is, we talked about that at our last meeting. That is to move the money into that higher interest earning account.
Okay.
And you, Mark, myself, and Eric are the 4 signers that are
Right,
listed.
right.
So you can go
right.
into the bank if you feel more comfortable and handle it that way too.
Nah, I don't know. Well, we'll see.
I don't trust anything either. I asked
When I do
him.
things on the computer,
Said, "Is this
just
real?"
usually doesn't turn out for me. I don't know.
But yes, it is real.
Okay, good enough. Good enough. I just wanted to double check that. Okay. So staff reports. Fire chief.
Couple things. Our new ambulance is here if anybody wants to look at it. It's out in the bay. It is not in service yet. Hopefully next week probably. Waiting for the COT system to be installed yet, and we are waiting for one other thing. Oh, the monitor mount's got to be put in. So we can take a look at that after the meeting if you'd like. That ambulance, the vendor asked if they could take it to the State Fire Chiefs Convention in Milwaukee, which is in June, which I agreed to because it'll have a new COT system in it. We purchased a different COT system that we typically use. So that they want to show that off a little bit, and then that cot will also have a scale in it, which is kind of a new thing as well. So that ambulance has a couple things that not many people have yet, so they kind of want to show it off. And
Like it weighs you when you sit on it?
yep, because a lot of our medications are weight based,
Oh.
and so we guess right now, and it's not so bad in adults. You can be a little bit off and still be okay, but in pediatrics, you got to be pretty close. And some people, including myself, are horrible at guessing weights. So it's just like a hospital bed.
Yeah, all the hospital beds take weights, if
Yep.
you're not aware. This is an insert. It's built to go inside, and then it talks to an app that we have.
Yep.
So through the app, we have like all of our policies in there, and they'll just pull a policy, and the weight is already in there. So the app will tell them exactly the medication dosage we're supposed to give.
Yep.
Knock on wood, I haven't spent a lot of time in hospital beds. So I didn't know.
So yeah, they want to show that off, and then the positive part for us, granted, it'll only be 6 months old, but when they take it down there, it gets detailed really, really nice and comes back very clean. So that'll be down there in June for 3 days. Eric's going to take it down
4 days. I'll
4
take
days.
it down on Wednesday. I'll be back on Saturday.
I will be attending, but I will not be there the entire time. So, and then I just want to talk about a couple calls that our crews went on, just because Our call volume is down slightly, but our call acuity continues to be extreme. We've had some very significant calls, and just a couple of good kudos to some of our crews. We had both of these calls were in the town of Gunther, which is obviously a long run for us. You know, they're usually 20 to 30 minute response times and 30-minute transports back to the hospital. The first one was a patient with chest pain. When they did an EKG, they found a very subtle finding that you find on your EKG that could mean that you're having a heart attack in a part of your heart that you don't see on the normal EKG, and then you have to do a second EKG a different way, which they did. They found this subtle finding. They did the second EKG, which revealed that this patient was having a fairly, it's a type of heart attack that is fairly rare. And so the bonus of them finding it is that they can then give that information to the hospital before they get there, and it gives them a big head start. So before, the hospital would have thought, hey, we have a patient with chest pain coming in. 70% of chest pain is not cardiac. So not that the hospitals write it off. They always take chest pain seriously, but they wouldn't have been too excited about it. But the fact that they said, hey, this patient is having a heart attack, that gets the wheels in motion. They start prepping everything, and that patient got care much, much faster. So that was very good. And then also in the town of Gunther, they responded for another patient with chest pain. As that patient was going out to the ambulance, first they denied transport, and then they decided they did want to go. And as they were moving out to the ambulance, the patient went into cardiac arrest, collapsed right outside the ambulance. We only had 2 people on the call, one of which is a new employee, has been here 6 weeks, 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
So a young paramedic, or a young EMT, or paramedic, and he's new to us, from out of the area. But they got that patient in the back of the ambulance, and long story short, he was shocked a total of 14 times during transport. They delivered him at the hospital, awake and talking, and he went to the cath lab. He will need cardiac surgery, but he's going to have a good outcome. So,
Great.
So yeah, and I will also say that we were stretched very thin that night because we had a call at, I think, what's the church up on St. Andrews? We had a call there at the same time Andy was on, and then our EMS division chief happened to be in the area. She came in off duty, and I think she jumped in the engine with you guys, and they were kind of hopping between. Yeah, they were hopping between a bunch of calls when that was all going on. So they made do pretty good. So. Just a couple of the very nice jobs done by the crews. Other than that, it's been pretty much normal. Paramedic class is going well. We're about 6 weeks into that. Myself and Callie met with the tech college yesterday. All of our students are getting A's right now. It's very early in class, so they have a long way to go, but they're all doing well. Other than that, I don't think I have a whole lot to add. So that's it.
Okay, Deputy Chief.
My report's in the packet. I'll give you the highlights. So Battalion Chief Myers resigned. He took the same position with Stevens Point Fire for various reasons. One being that it's much closer to where he lives in Nakusa. So we put out a statewide search. We got 12 qualified applicants, and we're going to be interviewing actually 5 candidates on Monday. 2 internals and 3 externals. Response numbers, fire response, 3 structure fires that we responded to. So structure fire in the village of Weston on Birch Street. That was a mobile home that was put out quickly. There was some fire in the insulation underneath the water heater. Chimney fire on Callan Ave. That fire started in the chimney, and when it was noticed by the homeowner, it had extended to the 2nd floor. Crews did a really good job on that fire of stopping the fire on the 2nd floor. We called a full first alarm on that. We had crews from Ringgold and Maine and Wausau, Riverside. I was in command of that fire. We were on that scene about 4 hours before we did get it out. We did have a rekindle at that fire that we went to, but the family was very happy about everything they were able to salvage out of the house because of how we stopped the fire. And then they had a grass fire on Tulip Lane that I was not at. It was just like a small brush fire in the middle of a snowstorm.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
That was weird. What
Some,
the heck was going on?
I think somebody was burning brush or something.
so,
It
yeah.
seemed it was pretty minimal from what I understand, but it was like snowing that day.
It was. I saw that.
Besides those 3 calls, I mean, things that we aren't reporting, I think in February we responded to like 5 or 6 structure fire calls in the city of Wausau that we were canceled for, but we are responding to a number of calls mutual aid to the city of Wausau. Like I said, a lot of those we get canceled, but so they're not reportable. Concurrent call data remains right in line with almost 40%. I think we're at 36%, 35% for the year. 37% for the year, 35% for the month. So we're still right on track with our current calls, like we were talking about with the Gunther call. That one was a good outcome because crews were able to clear, but it's not ideal to run an engine down to Gunther, which is what we did. Training hours, and then apparatus, like the chief said, Med 110 arrived, and it's getting ready to go here. Fire prevention, couple of things, and grants, nothing to report right now. We're waiting for the government to open back up, and once they fund DHS, they'll fund the AFG grant, and we'll be putting in for that. We did order the materials from the Firehouse Subs grant. That money came in, so we should be seeing that in the next, 2 to 4 weeks, I would think. Still working. I've got a team, our fire rescue committee is working on figuring out some of the logistics with a drone to bring back to the board, and some of the guys on the committee who are more knowledgeable with drones. I talked through like the hunting drones that you asked about, and just I'm looking for prices, and they said the biggest issue with those drones is they don't have thermal imaging capability, and you pay for that. So I'm trying to find some better pricing that I can bring back to the board. If anybody has any questions, other than that, that's all I have.
All right. That's it. Get back. Okay, we're down to remarks. All right. Aaron, you got anything?
Have we ever contacted Mutual of Wausau for consideration for a grant by any chance?
No, we haven't. I haven't.
Just curious. I was at their annual meeting.
Feel like we have.
I can certainly
We
follow up with
can
them.
look into that, but I feel like we have. It may have been a little bit now.
They typically, it seems to be more rural where they give the grants to the fire departments, but any fire department that covers their policyholders, more rural, they tend to look to give grants to fire departments. So
Yeah, I'll
I
look
thought
into that.
Might be an option for us. They do have a committee, so I think we'll talk out.
I'm sorry, Aaron,
Yeah,
which company?
Absolutely.
Mutual of Wausau.
Oh, as I say, I say rural.
Yeah,
We
they
have
do,
rural.
yeah, they do,
You know,
well,
we
they
have rural insurance.
They
at
tend to
village.
give grants to rural fire departments for those who cover their rural policyholders. So I thought we do enough rural.
We do cover a lot
Could be
outlying
an option
areas,
for us.
Yeah, we are considered a rural department.
Yep,
Well, and he used to be part of Sabine Mutual, them two
correct,
merged.
yep.
And there were a lot of people in the country had one or the other.
All right, Mr. Langenheim, you got anything?
No?
Mr. Cronin?
I'm good.
All right.
If I could just add one quick thing, just in case anybody's interested, there is on 550 radio tomorrow morning, I'll be on talking about the referendum at 8:30, right, Jamie?
You just have to call just after 8:30.
Just after 8:30?
Yep.
Okay.
31.
So yeah, I'll be on right at 8:30 in the morning.
5:50 a.m.
Yep.
And then we have our next session on the 19th, but the recording from the first session is available on our website.
How was that first session?
I thought it went fine. There wasn't many people there. It was during the day. There was 4 or 5. But I did reach out to Chief Cop in Wausau, and he said that he only had 10 at his, so they didn't have many either.
Have they only done, they have 4 scheduled too. I don't know how many they've had already.
Only one to my knowledge, unless he's had one within the last couple days here.
Did you see he created a podcast though? Maybe we need to do a podcast.
the city has the fire department and police department share a full-time social marketing, or social, not
Social
marketing,
media.
person, like they have a full-time person
Yeah.
that makes their Facebook posts.
And
We don't have one
does
of those.
podcasts and.
He's got all this media equipment, they invest a lot of money
No,
in that.
no press releases for us, right?
Correct.
All right, Keith, you had something?
Yeah, move to adjourn.
Oh, well, we gotta set up the date first, our next date.
That would be hopefully joint with the commission, April 14th for our award ceremony and badge pinning. Can we go earlier than 5:30 or,
Well, I don't know, being retired, I got an awful heavy schedule.
you guys let me know.
For as much as you're here, you must have a heavy schedule.
The badge pinning and awards usually takes about 30 minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't take long.
We have, what do we have? We have 6 badges, 6 pinnings, and then awards. But it's usually about a half hour.
What time does commission usually meet?
4 o'clock?
Or, is it 4?
Yeah, it's usually 4.
Is it 4?
So you want us here at 4?
Can you guys all do 4 or should I make it 4:30 or 5?
It's up to the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes no difference to me, so.
We'll be here.
I'm good either way.
Yeah, I can be here.
Okay,
Okay,
so the schedule for the commission is 4?
4?
Okay,
Yes.
so everybody can make 4, so.
Yep.
all right.
Okay.
Are we gonna do an actual joint meeting then?
Yes, we can do
Okay.
joint if that's okay with,
Yep.
Okay.
okay, perfect.
All right, now I will accept Mr. Langenheim's motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, moved and seconded, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned.